God got me lit. God got me so lit. Look, if you want to get closer to God, you're going to have to make sacrifices. That's obvious. You're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to stop doing some of the things you did before, if that's not in the rules and regulations, if that's not a part of the script. People always talking about follow the script, stick to the script. Y'all is not following the script that God wrote for everybody. That's the original script, the scripture, you feel me? So at the end of the day, it's like, go ahead and follow what's right. Now, with that being said, there's gonna be challenges. You're actually gonna have to go ahead and make sacrifices. Stop doing old habits. Stop going certain places. Things and places that were holding you back, that you enjoyed, but that wasn't doing nothing for your life, that was holding you back, which is obviously why you're over here knowing that you need to seek God because something's not right. You don't got a bad end of the deal, a bad bargain with that person you was, with, because it wasn't with God. So if it's not with God, it's against God. So we just keep it that simple. If you're not with God and you don't know God, you're not with him, you're against him. That's just what it is. That's how he said it. It's like, you over there. Oh, you mess with them? Okay, you on that side. Stay over there. You see what I'm saying? So it's quite simple. So with that being said, you're going to have to make sacrifices. And even to get closer to God, if you find it very, very hard to get close to God, you know what I'm saying? Because you got things in your mind telling you, no, this is hard. He'll never accept me. I can't do this. And, things like that. Well, guess what? It might be a little harder for you. I get it. Because it's new. And you got things connected with you that's not letting you go, whether it be friends, whether it be spirits, whether it be anything that's trying to put doubt in your mind to not come back to who is your father and who you should be with and worshiping and things like that and praying to. So what you might have to do is possibly go on a fast. Why a fast, which is not eating? Because you're denying yourself. You're denying your flesh. And I'll make another video about this, but you're denying your flesh. So you're going to be moving in the spirit. You're going to be praying and worshiping him all that time, making music, all of that, and not telling the soul, just keeping it between you and him, right? Not bragging and telling everybody you're doing, just keep it personal between you and him. And guess what? That's a sacrifice that he'll notice, because he's going to see, wow, it was hard for this person to pray for me while they was praying for me. They couldn't focus. Something was taking their focus, the spirit of distraction. But guess what? They really want to know me. They didn't eat for a whole day and prayed and denied their stomach food, their flesh food for a whole day. I understand that's hard. So you know what, my daughter or my son, you know what? I'm going to acknowledge that act that you did. I'm going to acknowledge what you're trying to do. I'm going to acknowledge and give you attention and give you a ear to what you got to say, because you're acting, you're showing me, you're seeking me earnestly, you're denying yourself. You turned away from sin and you fasted. You was out here stealing or prostituting or whatever it is, whatever your sin is, you stopped it and you fasted. And you really trying to seek me and you're pleading and begging, Lord, please, I want to know you. My life is not right. Do not be scared to go ahead and let it out and be honest with the person who created you. Now is not the time to be humble. He know you. He's seen everything. He's seen your struggle. He already don't seen you cry. He's seen all your little ugly faces. He don't seen all the cries. So you might as well just be earnest with him in every way, because you can't hide nothing. He's seen all your sin, every single sin, and he still love you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, make a sacrifice. Sacrifice by fasting. Sacrifice by I apologize, I'm getting tongue-tied. Sacrifice by stopping to do what it was that you normally do. If you've been living your life against God, which is what you were doing most likely if you're getting to know him and you weren't following him, then guess what? You're going to have to live a different lifestyle. And it's not going to be easy, but you're going to do it because you're capable of doing it. And most likely when you're a young child, you were living close to that lifestyle for the most part, because we were a little bit more pure and connected to that source before we got tainted by worldly things and people and traumas. So at the end of the day, it's just like, come back to that. There's no other way to put it. I wish I could try to fluff it up and make it sound prettier, but it's just simple. If you're coming back on this side, then you need to make the sacrifices that you're gonna have to make. If you're not willing to make the sacrifices, then it's probably not gonna work. When you wanna go to school, you wanna become a doctor, you have to make a sacrifice to go to college. They go for years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's gonna take that long or nothing like that. And I'm not saying that it's not. I don't know your specific case. But what I am saying is that for anything you want, you have to make a sacrifice for it. You wanna buy a Benz? You gotta go work for it. You gotta get the money for it. Even if you get it illegally or do whatever you're doing, on a legal or the illegal side, you still have to put in the grind to get it and make certain sacrifices. You have to save. You can't go out to party. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's what has to be done. Don't make it seem like, for the people who make it seem like, oh man, I gotta do all this to, why can't just God love me? Because he made this and there's just rules to it. Just like when you choose to go mess with the other side, there's rules to that. Just like if you break the law here, there's rules to that. You can't have it your way. This is not Burger King, sweetheart or sir. It's just not. So at the end of the day, you gotta go ahead and do what needs to be done if you want that relationship. That's it. If you want change and you want help, you understand what I'm saying? You want to get better and you're seeking that relationship and you want to really get to know God, then don't complain. Don't do none of that stuff. Ask God to remove that spirit, that mindset in you that wants to make it seem like it's complicated. Ask him to give you the drive to get to know him. Ask him to give you the spirit, to change your spirit in you, to want to just keep seeking him. Ask him to make it fun for you. Ask whatever you got. Pray and ask for intention. Whatever you're struggling, whatever's blocking you, tell God what's blocking you. Lord, look, I really want to come to you, but man, I got a lust problem, man. These girls out here, man, for the girls, man, these men out here, they look too good, Lord. I mean, I'm gonna need your help with that, cause I be thinking with my mind, the other one down there, it'd be kind of hard. Take that to him. Cast your burdens upon him. That's what he wants you to do, because he's going to make it to where you can actually surpass those things because you're seeking his help and not trying to do it on your own. You're not going to be able to do it on your own. If you were able to do it on your own, you'd have been did it. How much times have you tried to kick that habit? So pray to God about it. Come to him. He's going to assist you. I'll make a video on casting your burdens down upon him and get into a little bit more detail. But the point is, cast your burdens upon him. Don't make no excuses. Make the necessary sacrifices, and it will be rewarding in the end. Much love. God got me lit. He could get you lit too. I put it on everything. He could get you lit for real. So come to him. Seriously. He gonna have you enjoy it all the time once you get right and everything. But you gotta put in the work, just like with everything else. He's not giving freebies out here. Love.